So many people are still a little frightened by the word retarded. They aren't aware of how charming retarded children can be. Even a superficial contact with retarded children will convince us that they are almost as different from each other as our normal children. At the Tally-Ho Winter Park near Huntsville, Ontario, 14 retarded children met the challenge of learning to ski, and they had fun doing it.
Now let's see if everybody can put their own ski strap. Derek, come on, where are your skis, Derek? See, let's get them on, okay? There's one. Here's one here. Now there. Now step over a little further. See? Over here. Right. Now step down. Step down. Good. Now the other
John
one.
Durzey is a professional ski instructor and feels the special problems he has encountered with these children have in turn given him a new insight into unique methods of teaching.
Okay, now where's the tail? Where's the tail of the ski? No, that's not the tail. Where's the tail? What do you call this? Is that the tip of the...
To complement the practical instruction of the slopes, classroom work is also highly stressed. Flashcards are used to help the children learn word association by matching the cards to the appropriate item of ski clothing.
Everybody see how many names we can remember from his clothing. What are these things? Goggles. Goggles. Right. And these? Mitts.
Gail Inkster is assistant vice principal at the D.M. Head Memorial School in Novar, some 20 miles from Tally-Ho.
Flashcards. And this one has the word ski in front of it. Okay, come on up here. Reach your arm. Very high. And stick it right over there.
The children are all keenly interested in skiing and what's happening there. And they're going to transfer this interest into the classroom. It's highly motivating.
Okay, this is important.
A normal person that takes up skiing, the better fit he is before he starts, the quicker he's going to pick it up. Now with these children, I find that they are in very poor physical condition. So taking a sport like skiing, if you can get them interested in it, and if they like it, this will give them a chance to improve their coordination because they're doing something they like.
We can ski!
Huh? We get in there and do the side step? What do you call that, what you're doing, Marilyn? Side step, right. Jules, you too. Huh? You get beside Larry. We do the side step. And also, we got to smile. So, smile. Can you smile? Smile.
Your skis beside my skis. Beside my skis. That's the girl. Now step, step, little step. Another one. Good girl.
Back up a little. Down to the bottom there. That's it.
Beside my skis. Your ski beside my skis.
Not too far.
Okay, step, step. No, sideways, sweetie. Beside my skis. Step, step. Good girl. Step again.
How do we make
Another one. Another one.
With these children, confidence is a big thing. In other words, you have to build up their confidence. They believe that, they really believe that they can't do it. So you have to convince them. And if you can convince them that they can do it, then you've got them.
Derek? Where's the tip of your That's right. Good.
We're doing that right.
Sure are.
I'm doing bad, no?
Very good. You know what, Derek?
Timely.
Derek?
Here you go.
That's it. Show me how you bend the knees. Like that. Right.
After the first time I had them on skis, I was convinced that they could ski.
How we do it. Okay? One beside me here.
In the beginning, you might have 2 or 3 that are doing it, and then the remaining few, well, they're not that interested. But once they see that just about all of them can do it, then the rest of them are right there too. As soon as I'm being challenged that someone says to me, those people, they can't ski, Well, I'd like to find out whether this is the case or not. So I derive satisfaction from it because, as with this program in the beginning, there were a lot of people that thought that they would never ski. And I believe in being positive. In other words, if you say you're going to do something, do it. These children, they need the encouragement. And I said to myself, I would get them up the hill. And naturally, now that they are using the lifts and they are skiing, well, my satisfaction is that the method of teaching we used, it worked.
Find your heel. Where's your heel? Okay, ready? You listen the first time. Can you all listen? That means you use your ears and not your mouth. And listen, and you find your heels and your toes. And then the second time, I want you all to sing along with me. Okay? Ready? Jules, you listen with your ears. Heels and toes. Some are big, some are small, some are pink, but that's not all. Heels and toes. Heels and toes. Wiggle, 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 wiggle. Heels and toes.
Michael missed the school bus and was wakened by the dog, and he noticed flames coming up the register. He got on the phone immediately and called his sister. He was able to dial a number. Thank heavens we have taught him how to dial numbers, and he can recognize numbers. And he called his sister, and he got his grandparents out of the house. So he was a real hero for the day, for the year, as he saved the old people from the fire.
Another of the children, for example, after years of failure in a public school, gained reassurance from her reception as a worthy equal in the community. This gave her the confidence to speak again and build new friendships.
By the time she came to us, she was very withdrawn. And we found that after, well, just the short time that we spent on the ski slopes, she was suddenly really involved, and she felt that she was doing something great. She'd come up to us and actually talk to us for the first time. You know, up until now, if you asked her something, we got a yes or no answer. And if we didn't get that much, we were kind of pleased. Or a shrug, usually a shrug. And it was so nice to have her come up and offer information without even having to ask a question. This was, you know, just, a fantastic difference.
Just a real blossoming of the child.
Brian, that's it. Good.
The first day we brought them out this year, you could definitely see that whatever they learned last year, they didn't forget. So now that they can see they can do it,
Gordy, you have to look where you're going.
they're enjoying themselves.
I can't think of any sport that requires much more balance or visual motor coordination than skiing does. Recent studies that have been done in the area of visual motor coordination would seem to indicate that balance is very important for reading skills.
Skiing is one sport that the child has to do on his own. With skating, you have somebody beside you that you can lean on and depend on, and you don't have to worry about falling. But skiing is a sport where the child is going to have to stand on his own two legs, and he realizes just how independent he's going to have to be. That in itself is a big factor. When he gets off those slopes, he can say, you know, I did it myself, and like Barb said, that's a terrific thing for his self-image.
And what do we do with the knees? We bend them. Now, if you want to make the skis go, what do? See? You do this, Gordy. See? Right. Here, Gordy. We're going to have a race. All right. We'll see who's down the hill first. Okay? Just a minute. Okay. I'm going to say 1, 2, 3, go. Okay. 1, 2, 3, go. Got a slow fall. Slow fall. Gordy, what happened? You went too fast.
Under the S are all the parts, all the clothing we wear when we're skiing. Under the K are all the parts of the skis. And under the I are the parts of the body. Ready?
Retarded children are a heterogeneous mixture of intelligence and temperament. Some are active and bouncy. Others are passive and sedentary. Some can speak fluently and talk sense most of the time. And some are almost without speech.
Under the K.
Both kinds can understand adult speech to some extent.
Under the I.
Thus, the aims of schools for retarded children include such things as communication skills, concentration on language skills and speech, self-care, a healthy self-concept, and emotional and social adjustment.
Tip.
Because the retarded child has limited understanding of language, he must experience or participate in everything he learns about. And the learning materials should be manipulative and concrete.
Safety strap.
Yep.
Under the K, toe piece.
Toe piece.
When you put your skis on, you...
This has really been beneficial not only in terms of skiing vocabulary, but other vocabulary as well.
Bingo.
Good for you, Michael.
What we call protective vocabulary, you know, keep out signs and this type of thing that we've been going over with. And to a child, it really has no significance to him unless we can relate it to something else. Well, when he's learning all these new skiing words, they suddenly become very important to him.
More and more programs of motor activity are being proposed to help the retarded child learn. Not only because special educators are aware of the retardate's favorable response to motor learning activities, but because some theorists suggest that motor learning is the basis of all learning.
One more time. Go down, and down, and down, and all the way up again. Slowly, slow. Okay, let's do it again. See how slow we can go. I'll count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9!
If I recall, the first day I took them out, and I took each one out individually, and I would walk around with them just to see whether they could bend their ankles and their knees, simple things like that. And as soon as I saw that, well, I felt there's no reason why they can't ski. So then we started out with the poles. When they had the poles, they were depending on them too much. And the poles at one point or another would get in their way. Also, they were dangerous because they could fall on them, and as soon as they go off balance, well, they would depend on the pole. Now, by not having the poles, they can't depend on anything else. So naturally, this would be a help as far as getting a better stance on the skis and working the legs and knees. Look where you're going. Grab the rope slowly, and then gradually tighten on it. Let it slide through both of your hands. Go ahead. It's going to watch you. Okay, now gradually tighten. Let the rope, skis in the track first. Okay? Let the rope slide through your hands slowly.
All right.
Angie, don't grab the rope too fast. Okay? Let it slide through your hands first. Here, see? No, come here. Okay? But don't grab the rope. See? Let it slide first. That's better. Slowly, Jules. That's it. Watch where you're going. Now look where you're going. See? Gordy?
I came down by us a tree too. By us with the tackle bar. I like snow plowing. Do the snow plow. Keep it together. Can go up the towboat. And go get some bands. The snow plowing. Sidewalk. Side stuff up the hill. Not want to get the bands.
It's a matter of psychology. It was proven out here. We got quicker results because they knew the terminology. And this is, again, a good way of learning by combining two things, education with a sport. Okay, yeah, we'll go. Step down. Sit in straight, step down. Okay, Gordy. Okay, Nancy. Come on. Tips together, Nancy. Tips together. Okay, Angie, come on. See if you can touch Nancy. Okay? Hey? Jules?